Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So the Civic project continues, but just not today. I'm still waiting for a tool to be able to start flanging metal and be able to kind of complete the rust repair on the passenger side, but haven't gotten the tool yet. The tracker says that it's at the border right now, waiting to clear customs. So I think about another week or so until I actually receive the tool, and then I can actually start filming more content of the rust repair and actually do more work on the car. But yeah, it's actually pretty cold right now in Vancouver. So as you can see, I'm dressed more warm now than back when I was working on the car in the summer. But today I'm actually going to be doing some work on my daily driver. My daily driver is a 2009 Nissan Altima. It needs an oil change, and that's basically what we're going to do. So I'm just going to get changed out of these clothes, and then I'll show you guys the process of me doing an oil change on my Nissan Altima. This Nissan Altima is a 2.5 liter engine and requires 5W30 oil. This is the oil and filter I'll be using. Aside from this, you'll need some tools, a 14mm socket and ratchet or a wrench, flathead or trim removal tool, channel lock pliers or oil filter wrench, a funnel, some brake cleaner, rags, and an oil drain pan. If you have a piece of cardboard, it'll be useful for catching any oil splatters to keep your floor clean. Prior to changing oil, warm up the engine for 2 to 3 minutes to help the oil flow out easier. Start off by turning the wheel all the way to the right to gain access to the fender well. The oil filter is located behind one of these covers. Here comes the cardboard. Next, it's time to jack up the car. I'm putting the new jack to good use. The jack is kind of slow because I don't have enough room to fully engage the jack lever. You only need to jack up the passenger side, and since my garage is already on a slant, it'll be fine for emptying out all the old oil. I'm also checking to make sure the jack is sitting on the jack point. You don't want it to slip off and bend something. Now slide the oil drain pan under the oil pan and position it right behind the drain bolt. Inside the fender, you'll need to remove these clips with your flathead screwdriver or the trim removal tool. Just like that, remove the cover piece and gain access to the oil filter. Here's what it looks like behind the cover. You can see the oil filter is on the left. Now loosen up the oil cap. I usually use my pliers with a rag to loosen it because it gets pretty tight over time. Now get your 14mm socket or wrench and loosen the drain bolt. Here's where the drain bolt is located. Once the drain bolt is loose, you can unscrew it with your hand and quickly pull the bolt away to avoid getting oil anywhere. Now just wait for the oil to drain out. While the oil is draining, it's time to change the crush washer on the drain bolt. Nissan uses a copper crush washer that actually has to crush when installed. These are replaced every oil change. I use my trusty mini precision screwdriver to pop out and unscrew the old washer. Take note of which way the washer goes. This little notch on the washer faces the outside, so it's visible when you put it onto the bolt. Next, loop the rubber ring on the oil filter. I used the old oil that's draining. Sorry for the background noise. My neighbor was vacuuming. Now remove your oil filter. Here's a tip. I only have one oil drain pan, so I usually put my drain bolt back finger tight before I loosen my oil filter. That way I can move my drain pan under the oil filter to catch the oil from the oil filter. Use some brake cleaner to spray off the oil before you install the new oil filter. Screw on your new oil filter as tight as possible by hand. It should be about 13 foot-pounds, which isn't a lot of torque. Clean up the area under the oil filter with some brake cleaner and a rag. You can reinstall the cover now. Now, before I continue draining out the old oil, I usually add a little bit of new oil to flush out more of the old oil. Once all the old oil is drained out, I tighten the oil drain bolt to 25 foot-pounds. I usually do this by feel, but don't over tighten it or you risk stripping your oil pan. Now just fill in new oil into the engine. The engine takes about 4.6 liters, so I usually fill it to where the oil level is between the low and the full lines on the oil dipstick. After that, I usually lower it to the ground. Then I would fire up the car and circulate the oil to the oil filter, and also repark the car on a level surface so that I could accurately top it up to full. I'll check for leaks while I top it up. There really shouldn't be any leaks. Now all you have to do is just reset the maintenance light and you're done. There you go, guys. That was me changing the oil on my 2009 Nissan Altima. The last step is just to drive it onto a flat level surface and top it up with oil until it hits the full mark on your dipstick. Other than that, pretty straightforward and easy stuff. Maybe not easy to some, but easy for me. Anyways, guys, there's going to be more videos to come on the Civic. Probably some more videos for the Altima as well. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.